Lord Mayor, you don't know John Dormer, Darien Developments?
How do you do, Mr. Dormer?
Hinkley, Chief Planning Officer.
Good morning. Right, Lord Mayor, shall we?
Did you pull it off?
Oh, no chance. In fact, I had to dig my heels before they finally agreed to send against the minister. Oh, don't worry, George. We're getting a picture in the Sunday supplements.
You want to move, love?
I don't want to move.
Of course you want to move. You want to move into that lovely Craig Golden dream home along with your daughter.
I don't want to move. Don't get on with me, daughter. I don't want no bleeding golden dream home. Got my kettle on, and you can bugger off.
We have paid Mrs. Bainbridge £200, Mr. Craig, plus the cost of removal.
A tree planting? I thought I was to lay a foundation stone.
At a later stage, Lord Mayor. Today's ceremony is designed PR-wise to prepare the ground for the official launching of the whole development.
Well, I've a few words prepared for stone laying. If I'd known it was to be a tree planting, I would have
taken the liberty, Lord Mayor. The press and TV boys have got a copy, so if you could stick fairly closely to the text.
In the planting of this young tree, I see a symbol of the growth and flowering of a great concept. Today, we are witnessing the beginning of a plan, conceived by our young and energetic council leader,
Is there someone living in her house?
and brought to fruition.
Why, no, Mr. Taylor. At least I don't imagine. Workmen perhaps are in occupation.
Government authority and the enlightened approach of local business capital. If to Councillor Taylor goes the credit for the idea behind the Slatterly Festival project.
50 quid. If you don't deserve it.
I want 100. 100 quid I want, then I'll move.
You had a look through your window this morning. They got the mayor and the whole corporation out there. You want me to sell this house with you in it? They wouldn't offer you a fiver, let alone a ton. They'll have you out of here and into an old people's home before you know what's hit you.
All right. So I'm not going in with my daughter. I'm going down Skegness
Sort her
with
out, Jamal,
Doris
will you?
Trenton.
I've just learned from Hinkley that there are 22 properties spread right across the development area which have not been acquired.
Oh, yes, Modest, the Craig properties.
Mr. Farmer's been dealing with Craig over these properties, Mr. Taylor, and I'm
We'll
sure
issue compulsory purchase orders on all these properties immediately.
Yes, Mr. Taylor.
Right. You'll put the CPOs through on the knot. No need to bring them up a committee.
This is really bloody embarrassing, Reg. You gave me to understand.
I can assure you, Mr. Dormer, that the planning department was under the impression that...
I planted the blessed thing and then they dug it up again.
The tree will be removed to the nursery, Lord Mayor, where it will remain while construction work proceeds. It will then be replaced on site in the exact spot where you just planted it.
Well, sounds daft to me. Oh, Morris. Are you coming back to me?
No, George, my car's at the heliport. I just wanted to thank you for your support today.
Pleasure. Right.
Mr. Taylor, I'm sorry, but I came in the mayor's car.
It looks as if you missed the bus then, doesn't it? I find this situation utterly unbelievable. Can you imagine what's going to be said if this leaks out? A major development, pushed through against appalling opposition, held up, stalled, bogged down because you've fallen for the oldest trick in the property developer's book. I mean, it's simply incredible. I do not believe it.
I'm extremely embarrassed, Mr. Taylor. Mr. Palmer has assured me at all times.
Hold on, Dormer, old boy. I've kept you in the picture all along. You know bloody well what the snack's been. You must understand, Morris, that apart from my professional workload in connection with this development, as well as chairman of the planning committee, which has had to carry a simply immense burden over the past few years...
3 weeks to clear this up before the official launching. I suppose Craig's asking the moon. Well, Dormer, your people are going to have to pay the price to buy him off, that's all.
Anyway, the CPOs will put the breeze up Fred Craig.
Don't make me laugh. I'm talking about weeks, not months. Well, you know how long it'll take to get those compulsory purchase orders through the ministry, and I bet Craig does too.
Don't worry, Morris. I'll see to it that Craig's put in his proper place. If he thinks he's cutting himself a slice of this fat cake, he's very much mistaken.
What did you say? Cake? What cake?
I was employing a terminology Craig might use.
I sincerely hope so. There'll be no talk of cake while I lead this council.
Cyril here. Excuse me.
I wonder what Craig wants. I'm in confidential session. And how many times have I asked you?
I can't hang about any longer. I want to talk to you
See
about...
tomorrow, the office, after 12. You promised not to put me in with your daughter. I told you I wanted to live with Doris Franklin instead, miss. Go on, get out, you black bastard.
Leave me be. Check out everything in my stride. Don't need reason, don't need rhyme. Ain't nothing I would rather do. Going down for the time. My friends are gonna be there too.
The daughter's talking of calling in the health department.
It's a bit of damp. It'll be all right when they're weathered in.
Damp and condensation, cracks appearing in load-bearing walls, subsidence, shrinkage in roof timbers, warping in joists and frames, plaster falling from interior walls.
They pay rubbish prices. What do they expect except rubbish?
We're in difficulties, Mr. Craig. We have a total cash outflow of £2,615 per quarter on the vacant Slatterly properties, and no income whatsoever.
Golden Dream Homes?
There is a cash inflow from the houses sold by way of commissions and differential mortgage rates. That's entirely consumed by interest charges on houses unsold.
Balance at the bank?
We have a credit balance of £762.
How long have we got?
We shall default on next quarter's interest payments, which are due first of the month.
We can't. think we should pack it in? Sell out?
That's a decision of policy, Mr. Craig. As accountant, I can give you facts and figures. Decisions taken, they're on to the province of management. To wit yourself.
I just wonder what you thought about it.
The tiger does not wait upon an invitation to the feast. Rudyard Kipling. Jungle Book.
Fine. Yes, all right. I'll try and sort that out. Thanks a lot.
Affairs in a more business. What is it? Can't you see?
I'm sorry, Mr. Sharp.
It's my lunchtime.
Come on then. I'm not holding anyone to ransom and I'm not trying to blackmail anyone. I'm asking no more than the market price for those properties. That's a fruity old cake, that development, and I want my share out of it. Reg Palmer and John Roman have had things their own way too long. I want on the gravy train or I don't sell. And if I don't sell, there's no development.
Now, before I listen to any more about what you want, let me tell you what I want. This little financial arrangement of ours, it's been dragging on and on. Our understanding was for a short-term loan, and before...
I agreed to pay short-term interest rates, nothing about duration.
I want that loan off my books, near 100,000. There could be some very awkward questions asked.
Questions? What you been up to, Cyril? Robbing the thread workers' piggy bank?
Do you think I could get a facility that size past my board with your name on it? I've stuck my neck right out on your account, and I want the matter settled.
You give me what I want, and I'll settle your loan.
Now look here, Tom, with my connections, I can get you twice, maybe 3 times more than you're asking for these Slatterly properties of yours. So why not make a nice killing there and be content, instead of trying to give everybody a hard time?
I'm giving them a hard time. My firm's been on the council list of approved contractors for 5 years. I've never had a bid accepted. It's a bloody carve-up and you know it.
You've neither the capital nor the experience to take on a public works contract.
My father took John Roman off the back of a coal cart, and look at him now. It's a bloody carve-up, and don't tell me different.
Things have changed since Arthur's day. The Tories do things different. I'm not saying there isn't the old boy network, but that's a question of your face fitting. And yours doesn't fit, boy. I'm sorry, but there it is.
Now, I'm telling you, you want that loan settled, you run along to Maurice Taylor or Reg Palmer and get me an undertaking that my firm will be awarded a contract in Category 4 to undertake work in connection with the development. I don't care what it is. I've got firms registered covering everything from road, stone quarrying to demolition. Never mind about the capital or the experience. You get me the contract and I'll handle the rest. You got it?
You're pushing your luck, you know that. If you got a blind bit of sense, you'd have cleared out of here years back. If you knew the way you were talked about, you'd sling your up now. Take the money on those houses and bugger off somewhere you can do yourself some good.
After you've had your bit out of it all, I take it. Cyril. There's a lot of people owe me in this town, Cyril. And you're one of them. I'm telling you, I don't get fair dues, I'm going to start digging. You're an old man. You want to go out with the brass bands playing and a plaque to your memory in the town hall toilets. You better make sure one of those tenders I got in there gets accepted. Do I make myself plain?
Don't think I'm asking favours, Louis, because I'm not. I'm like a man with buried treasure. I'm here to dig a bit of it up. So what about it?
Don't know about no buried treasure, Tommy boy. I mean, you'd have to dig bleeding deep to find any round here. I gotta be frank with you. I'd put my hand in my pocket for you any time, you know that. But I'm spread very thin at the moment. Cash-wise, I'm spread very thin indeed.
So that's it, is it?
That's it, Tommy, lad. That's it. Sorry. Pop round some evening. We'll have a pint, talk about old times.
I dare say you've nothing to worry about, Reg, but there's others not so well placed.
Nobody's going to listen to Tom Craig. He's got no credibility in this town.
I'm not talking about idle gossip. Nobody cares about that. What I'm talking about is what's going to come out if this loan isn't paid back.
You haven't been careless, have you?
I haven't been careless. I've let him have money unauthorised by the board. It's got to be accounted for.
What does that come down to? Exceeding your authority. Rap over the knuckles.
Explanations. Any inquiry on the part of the board will result in explanations. Explanations leading to further inquiries, leading to further explanations. It's not just myself, it's others. Others are involved.
Unauthorised loans to others?
Unauthorised loans to others, many of which remain outstanding.
And will so remain?
Look, there's no need for all this. There's no need for all this trouble. Just give him what he wants, Reg. Give him what he wants. See one of his tenders is accepted.
I can't.
Of course you can. Have a word with George Probin. He's always very cooperative.
It's not George I'm worried about, it's John Roman. He's dead set against Craig. He won't wear it, Cyril. He just won't wear it.
Talk to him. I'm saying please, Reg. Talk to him. I'll come with you. We'll go to him together. We'll put the position to him.
I'll talk to him. But I can't hold out much hope that he'll agree.
Look, lad, you're on a good bonus as it is here. Now, take your time. We can settle this reasonably in a minute. Hang on, I'll be with you in a minute. What is it, Reg?
I brought some of here.
Look, Reg, I've enough on my plate with this strike here. I don't want to know about Cyril Sharp or anybody. Get him out of
Well?
He's got a strike on his hands.
I could see that for myself. What did he say about Tom Craig's tenders? Will he make room for it?
What the devil do you think he said? What I told you he'd say. What the rest of us are saying. Get rid of him. Wipe him out. Tear him apart.
That's all?
He's getting on to Louis Delano. He thinks that Louis can find out who's financing Craig and pull it out from under him. Mind you, I'm working on a very neat little plan myself.
When old Arthur Craig was running this town, we never had any trouble, Reg. When Arthur went down, we did have a hint of trouble which Cyril Sharp straightened out. When the Tories got in, we had Morris Taylor to look out for, and it looked like we might be in trouble again. But Reg here has done a really smashing job up to now, and things were running nicely, smooth and satisfactory. And now what have we got? We've got Morris Taylor running high blood pressure and looking both sides of the bed sheets for nasty stains. We've got town hall officials like old George Probin wetting the knickers. We've got city councillors won't answer the front doorbells. And we've got Cyril Sharp losing his mental balance and talking like a teenage girl whose mother never told her. And for why? Tom Craig. Tom bloody Craig.
I know all that, John, but what are we going to do about him?
I'll tell you what we're not going to do, and that's let him in on any of our contracts. Can you imagine what'll happen if we do, Reg? 10 years from now, we'll all end up in old folks' homes with him taking over the bloody city.
You're not scared of Tom Craig, are you, John?
Scared of him? Of course I'm not bloody scared of him. What I am scared of is what he'll do if he's let in, Reg. Would you let a wild animal loose in your front lounge? Because that's what he is. A wild animal. A dirty, sloppy, wild animal. He's like one of those yobbos you're always reading about in the paper. Would you take a man like that into your company as an equal? No. You dispose of him. You get rid of him.
What I'm doing is working on the lines of public exposure.
There's quicker ways
I've
than
got
that.
people.
Quicker and easier.
Sharp. Siddle Sharp. Work on Siddle Sharp, Reg. He can fix Craig, take my word for it. So work on old Siddle. And if you don't, I will.
Mr. Craig doesn't want to speak to you, Mr. Sharp.
What was he on about?
Well, he was very angry and upset that you refused to speak to him.
I'll talk to him when he comes up with a council contract. I told him that.
He threatens legal action to recover the loan if we default on the interest payments.
He's bluffing.
There's another matter, Mr. Craig. An inspector from the Public Health Department's been out to the Golden Dream Homes estate. We can expect enforcement orders, I'm afraid.
Drag it out. Lodge an appeal or something.
And the press?
What about it?
A reporter's been interviewing homeowners on the condition of the houses.
For God's sake, Jamal, will you stop bothering me about these bloody Golden Dream homes? If they cause any trouble, I get a couple of EMVs down there and bulldoze the lot of them. Why don't they ask John Roman? He built the bloody things.
Yes, Mr. Craig.
Yeah?
Sorry, Mr. Craig.
No, hang on a minute. Shit. Who's Charles Sproul?
He's Mr. Sharp's chief accountant at Threadworkers?
Yeah. Yeah, this is Craig speaking. Yes, certainly I would. Yeah, I will. Not at all. Certain irregularities have come to light. He wants to talk to me before approaching Mr. Sharp. Why would he want to do that?
Perhaps he requires a little immoral support, Mr. Craig.
And finally, my Lord Mayor, that the ratepayers are paying for all these shenanigans only to get publicity for the Slatterly Festival project is an outrage.
Very nice. Very nice, Charlie. Now, put it all back and keep it under your hat.
But there's proof of embezzlement. Forgeries involved. Large sums, Mr. Craig, very large sums. And it's going back over years.
Use your loaf, Charlie. You and me and Mr. Sharp will have a little chat in the morning. See if we can't straighten things out.
If there are no further matters for discussion under any other business...
Councillor Sharp. My Lord Mayor, I now wish to raise a matter of real importance. It's been brought to my notice that an officer of the Environmental Health Department has taken it upon himself to confiscate 27 pots of homemade jam from the Women's Institute stall at the Friday market and has forbidden further sales of the jam. Now, the Women's Institute have been selling and making jam from this stall since the dark days of the last war. And I would like to hear from the chairperson why this officer has brought to an end a service of value to the community with 40 years of tradition behind it.
The officer in question took action perfectly properly, since it seemed that an offence was being committed, unwittingly no doubt, under the 1955 Food and Drugs Act. However, I've been in personal contact with the Minister at Whitehall.
All right, Mr. Sproul. I'll be in touch.
OK, Mr. Craig.
I ought to make it clear that this particular estate is not typical of most private building in this country today.
We'd normally have followed this sequence with a confrontation with Craig.
No approach to Craig.
It was planned by a local developer who went bankrupt when the houses were still only half finished, owing large sums to various creditors, including the firm of builders. Thus the estate passed into the hands of the official receiver. While all this was going on, more than a year passed, with the half-finished houses, standing open to the weather. Well, that didn't help them, of course. Finally, the receiver decided that if anyone was going to get paid out of this shambles, the houses had better be finished and sold off to the highest bidder, who turned out to be Craig's Golden Dream Homes. Anyway, the builders, a reputable local firm, were called back to complete the houses.
What the bloody hell do you think you're playing at?
This was something of a gamble.
Turn this off.
And one can't...
Turn it off. I want this stopped. You'll have this programme stopped. Do you understand?
Stop the film, please. Roman contractors are not referred to by name anywhere in the programme, Mr. Roman.
Listen, Palmer. You'll speak to this friend of yours, this programme controller, or whoever he is, and you'll make sure that this stuff is junked. You understand me?
Why can't you people ever do what you're told?
Do what I'm told?
John! Now look, John!
John, now look. I'll see to it that all reference to the builders named on...
Forget it, Reg. You're wasting time.
But, John, exposing Craig's just the first step.
How the hell do we get out of this place? I want Craig out of the way. Put the squeeze on him. Twist his arm.
He's in a strong position, John. Morris himself
Bollocks,
says...
he hasn't got two pennies to rub together. Ask Louis here. There's only one way to break him, and that's easy. Pull out his finance. Come here, Siddle. We all know you've been helping him, Siddle. And no one thinks the worse of you for that. But I think you've been encouraging him, Siddle. Come on, let's find somewhere to talk in this bloody TV jungle. You've put money behind him, Siddle. You'll pull it out. I don't care how you do it. You'll pull his finances out from under him. You'll strip him bloody naked, and then he'll settle.
I never encouraged him. I told him time and time again to take what he can get. I told him he could make it.
I've told you what to do. Now you go away and do it. Because if you don't...
I think I found the way out.
Good night, Bob.
Look, if you wanted this Craig attending to, John...
You're a bloody savage, you are, Louis. When are you going to learn some manners?
Well, you've only got to say the word and I can have him put on crutches. Old Cyril and all, for that matter.
No problem. Cyril knows what'll happen to him if it doesn't come good. And without finance, Craig's right where we want him. Thanks, anyway.
Up to you, John boy. Well, I better get inside and stop them stealing the fixtures and fittings off me. I don't mean the punters either.
Good night, Louis.
Good night, John.
Drive home, Graham.
sorry, love. Just a minute.
There's a fella to see you. I'll put him in the lounge.
See me? Who is it?
I didn't ask. Oh, for heaven's sake.
It's Maurice Taylor, isn't it?
Yes. Forgive the intrusion. I live on Ashton Way, so I thought I'd walk round. I left word with my driver to pick me up here.
What can I do for you?
I understand that you've made it a condition of settling with Albion that you should be given a contract with the council for public works.
That's right.
I'm running this administration on a promise of open government. There's no cake to slice, no gravy train to climb on. You're out of date. My administration will not be haunted by ghosts from the bad old past. It's in your own interest to accept a fair price for your Slatterly properties and allow the development to go on as planned.
You've laid compulsory purchase orders on me. I'll appeal them. I can hold you up maybe 3, maybe 5 years. It's up to you, Taylor.
Up to you, Craig. The mistake you're making is in not seeing where the power lies and how that power could be used. People you're associating with no longer have any real power. I do have power. Well, limited is true, as in the case of the CPOs. But I can use that power constructively. As long as I'm not threatened.
You offering me a deal?
I'm trying to open your eyes to the fact that cooperating with your local authority could prove more fruitful than attempting to blackmail it. No problem to have your firm's name taken off the approved list, you know. On the other hand, if inquiries show that there's been unfair discrimination in the awarding of contracts...
Who gets what first? Do you get my properties before I get my contract? Or is it the other way round?
Mr. Craig, honestly, what do you think I've been talking about? I've told you that contracts are awarded competitively if, I repeat, if there's evidence to show that a tender of yours has been unfairly discriminated against, and you can produce evidence to that effect.
It's Cyril. Cyril Sharp. He's dead.
The sun gone down, darkness be over me, my rest has stood. Splitting my dreams, I feel
And now lettest thou thy servant depart in peace. Cyril Sharp was a good and faithful servant to the people of this city. For more than 30 years in public office, he devoted himself to the service of our community. His passing will be felt by all of us. But today, I want to recall to you his qualities as a man and as a private citizen. Cyril was a true friend, loyal, courageous, honest. He was always approachable. He was kind, he was considerate. Many years ago, when life was more of a struggle for me than it is today, I went to Cyril Sharp for help and advice. That help and that advice were instantly forthcoming. If Cyril Sharp had a fault, it was that occasionally he was too trusting of others. It was his nature to believe the best of people, and that overgenerous nature of his that led him at times to regret having formed associations in which his trust turned out to have been misplaced. I am not pointing a finger at individuals, but in a long political career, it was perhaps inevitable that a man like Cyril Sharp should, on rare occasions, have been persuaded into supporting men who proved in the final event to have been unworthy. Nevertheless, it was Cyril's steadfastness and devotion to the highest principles of public service that brought him safely through the storms and tempests that beset the career of a man.
He was giving loans to councillors. What's wrong with that?
He was taking backhanders off local businessmen for providing loans for councillors who could do them favours. See, Donner Brothers, local meat merchants. Now, they supplied meat to the local council's Old People's Home. Now, the Social Services Committee handled that. Councillor Plum's on the Social Services Committee. So Sharp gets a cash payment of £500 from Donner Brothers, and Councillor Plum gets an interest-free loan from Sharp to build a heated swimming pool.
Got you. Plum gets his warm bath. The old folk gets scrag end. Sharp gets his backhander. And there's no juicy joint leaving a trail of blood to the councillor's back door. Very neat. Plum's one of Maurice Taylor's people, isn't he?
Well, they all are. He's people in power, you see.
Any chance of straightening out the books, or has it all got to hit the fan?
Well, I don't know how Sharp got these interest-free loans past the board. There are no accounting problems, really. I imagine there'll be a demand for these loans to be repaid. But then, you see, there's all this evidence. And I don't really care to take the responsibility for destroying this lot.
No, Charlie, I don't think you ought to try to handle it. It's a very delicate matter, this. Ought to go to the party leader. Maurice Taylor's the chap.
I assure you I am not exaggerating. Everything our party group has worked for, the Slatterly Festival project, our fight to bring the city finances under control, our achievements in attracting industry to the city, our own standing with central office, has been undermined and could have been destroyed by the selfish and thoughtless actions of a few who couldn't resist temptation. Right. I shall say no more about what has happened in the past. It's now buried. I am concerned with the future. This administration from now on is going to conduct the affairs of local government with probity, with honesty and with openness. I hope that is understood. I shall be appointing a special subcommittee from the members of the Financial and General Purposes Committee, whose sole function will be to scrutinise all contracts offered for tender by the authority to private firms. No contract will be passed for acceptance until it has had the approval of this subcommittee. While on the subject of the awarding of public works contracts, it has come to my notice that undue favouritism has been shown to several large local firms to the exclusion of others. This favouritism will cease. In future, A proportion of all contracts will be awarded to smaller firms to give them the necessary experience in this particular field and to provide a stronger element of competition in the future.
Yes, but...
The Slatterly Festival project will provide an opportunity to admit them into this field.
Say 30. Very nice. Your address the other day. Very appropriate. Went down very well, I imagine.
I've advised Sprout to issue a writ for recovery of the loan you received from Cyril, on the grounds that it was fraudulently obtained.
Have you, Reg? Then you'll have got him to postpone the interim audit Charlie Sprout was so worried about. I imagine the court will want access to Cyril's private books and so on, won't they? What a pity Cyril's not around to explain things.
You can't fool me.
Why in hell don't you keep your trap shut, Reg? He's just making you look a bigger bloody fool than you naturally are. I'm telling you what I'm going to do. And I'm taking this step because any other course open to me will involve muckraking inquiries and bring innocent parties into disrepute. I'm withdrawing Roman contractors from the tender for the municipal car park demolition and excavation contract. The borough surveyor has the papers in his office ready for signature. Now, as soon as the title deeds to your properties are in the hands of Albion Developments, he has instructions to complete the contract in the name of your firm. Do you understand?
Perfectly.
You're a crook, Craig. A common crook.
No, you're wrong there, John Roman. I'm not a crook. I just take advantage of them.
I have been told that the Slatterly Festival project is a reckless one. It is not. It is a bold one. But its true boldness lies in the concept of a purpose-built complex designed to house and provide facilities both for performers and artists, and for those who will come from every quarter of the globe to see, to listen, and to marvel, and to go away still marveling. I am proud to present to the people of this city, of this country, to the world, the Slatterly Festival project.